Hi everybody! What were we going to do on this? Basically in the next episode what we're going to be doing is polishing a turd. That's right. Yeah, we're not going to do that today. We're going to do something else. Thanks to one of the followers here, Brian, sent me this nifty starter in the mail, so we're going to be doing electrical instead today. Thanks, Brian. You will be receiving a care package from me next week. We will be taking out the old starter. We're going to be inspecting the gears and the clutch probably too. The starting clutch, that is, because I want to make sure that nothing is going to take this one out. A lot of times those old starters will just stop and just get gummed up either with mud or the coils go out and they just stop working. But Brian was even nice enough to bench test this one for me. So let's pull out the old one and then we'll see if we need to go into the case or not. Oh, and I also want to thank everybody who joined us just the other night for gaming night. Yeah, me and Nigel have been doing live streams. We're gaming anyway, and everybody's stuck at home, whether you're in quarantine or self-isolation or whatever. Gives you a chance to just come hang out with us for a little bit. Kind of cool. We've been enjoying doing that, actually. It's been fun. I'd imagine we're going to keep doing it. I mean, we're doing it anyway, so it's not much for me to just turn on the live stream and you guys can just come hang out, chat, watch us get nothing achieved. But let's get to the meat of this video. Let's get into the starting system and see if we can get the starting system to work on this or not. Look at that pack job. So you can see right there, it's going to be really hard to see what I'm doing. Right there is the starter, one of the gear down cogs or whatever, connection, whatever you want to call it. One of the cogs there that connects the starter to the starting clutch. So all I'm doing is just inspecting the teeth. It should only spin one way. It'll spin nice and freely this way, and you might actually, because it's geared down so you might actually be able to turn it the other way, which I can a little bit, but everything's feeling really smooth. So that's exactly what we want. It does not feel like it's skipping anywhere. The teeth visually look all good. So that starter just decided to quit. One of them starters, so we're gonna pop in the new one. Alright, so at this time, I don't feel like I need to pull that cover, not right now anyway. That might change in a minute here after we get the starting system working again, if we can today. As long as that starter solenoid works. I did clean the switch, so as long as there's not a bunch of wiring and stuff that's screwed up, I know everything else works, so we should be able to get it going. So this is our bad starter, don't need that no more. And we're going to pop this good starter in. We're just going to make sure that they have the same gears on them, which they do, and we should be good to go. Sometimes you got to get these, you got to play with this a little bit just to get it clocked right to get it to match the gear that's in the case. So we'll pop this in. Really hoping that all we have to do now is connect some power to the battery leads and it'll work. Hopefully it's that easy. I know I cleaned the starter switch, which is hanging out here somewhere. Starter switch, there it is. So I know I cleaned the starter switch right here. So this should work. Okay, so that did not work, which means we have more electrical issues to track down. Perfect. Okay, so that part's working. Oh yeah, sweet! This thing is a prime example of why most dealers will not work on units more than 10 years old. This one's almost 40 years old actually. And they don't work on these things because of the problems they have. Like this thing, it wasn't just one thing, even with the electrical system. It was every switch. It was the starter motor. It was a fuse. It was a couple other things, dirty connections. The complete fuel system needed to be redone. Fuel tank carb, fuel lines. I put in a new spark plug. I put in a new spark plug cap. I had to jump wires to get it to turn over to bypass that neutral switch. It wasn't just one thing. So quickly, when you take something like this to a dealer, is your bill turns into like this. Probably what I have into it here would be $1,200 bill or $1,000 bill for my time, parts, and the labor that I have into it. And then somebody gets it and just like $1,000 just to get it running, just to clean connections, just to clean the fuel system, just to diagnose it. Yeah, it's expensive, isn't it? So by the end of the day, you end up getting a unit that's worth $800, and you just dumped like $1,200 into it. So that's why dealers don't work on old things. What I'm gonna do here now is I'm going to clean up this huge mess right here. We'll get the front end completely together, and I will get a battery on order for it, and we'll just see where we're at now. My plan with this machine is not to get it back to 100% showroom condition. That's it's not going to happen because I'll end up using it and probably rolling it down a hill. My real goal is actually just to get it dependable. Let's just get it to where I know it's not going to break down. I know that brakes would be nice, so we'll be doing that. We'll be checking out the front brakes. We were in the back brakes the other day, but we all know how that went. They're a little seized up. In the next video, we will be polishing the turd. We will be stitching up the fenders. The front fender is completely missing. I will be looking for one of those or making one. If anybody has one, let me know. Has one that's like at least mostly intact, because that one's, it's pooched. Needs cables, needs fender stitching. We're going to do a little bit more work to the fuel system. We've got a few more parts we're going to throw in the fuel system to make that a little more dependable. We're going to spend a little more time with that there. We have to order a few lights for the reverse light and the neutral light. Oh, I was actually able to take that jumper off of the neutral switch because that neutral switch started working again after I was able to slam it down into neutral. After we found neutral, everything was good. I'm actually going to end the video right there for today. I know we didn't do too much. It didn't look like I did too much, but I had to go into the electrical system and fix a few more things to get that starter working. Thanks everybody for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. There's a bell down there too. Hit that like button. It helps us out a ton. And we'll see everybody in the next video. Bye everybody.